Let's start with the gold standard of luxury, real estate. Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner own real-life masterpieces. Their crown jewel is a jaw-dropping $24 million mansion on Indian Creek Island in Miami, a place known as the Billionaire Bunker. This isn't your average swanky neighborhood. It's more like a private club for the rich and powerful. If Monopoly had a do not pass go straight to rich people island card, this would be it. Their Miami pad is a beautiful waterfront estate complete with lush gardens, private docks, and enough palm trees to make you feel like you're living inside a postcard. Oh, and the neighbors? Just casual names like Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen, and other mega millionaires who probably don't think twice about misplacing a Rolex. With a property like this, even their dogs are probably living better than the rest of us. Before their move to Miami, Ivanka and Jared were setting trends in Washington, D.C. with a $5.5 million mansion in Kalorama. For context, Kalorama is the kind of place where you bump into the Obamas while walking your Labradoodle and exchange polite nods with Jeff Bezos at the local organic market. The house itself? 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and enough marble to make you feel like you're living in a Roman palace. But wait, there's more! The couple also reportedly invested in several other properties in New York and New Jersey. Because why own one mansion when you can own a mansion collection? And let's not forget about her Trump Tower penthouse in Manhattan with gold accents and so much opulence. The family legacy property is a lifestyle with sweeping views of Central Park and Fifth Avenue. This penthouse is the kind of place where you sip champagne while casually plotting your next business venture. Even when it comes to vacationing, Ivanka's got luxury covered. The couple reportedly frequents Jared's family estate in Bedminster, New Jersey, where they stay in a sprawling home on the grounds of Trump National Golf Club. It's not your average summer getaway. It's more of a spend the weekend pretending you own the entire state kind of vibe. Her designer wardrobe and jewelry collection. Her collection of designer outfits is basically a roll call of the world's most exclusive fashion houses. Think Oscar de la Renta, Valentino, Carolina Herrera, and Dior. And she doesn't just wear these brands, she owns them, metaphorically speaking. You'll never catch her in something that screams last season. For example, during her time as a senior advisor in the White House, she turned political events into fashion showcases. She always looked like she just stepped off a runway curated by the United Nations of Couture. And while her dad may have a thing for red ties, Ivanka seems to have a thing for statement pieces. Whether it's a $3,000 Roland Mouret number or a tailored Max Mara piece. Or is it the embroidered deep V-neck tulle gown she wore to the 2017 Liberty Ball? Designed by Carolina Herrera, the dress reportedly cost upwards of $20,000, and honestly, it was worth every penny. It looked like something Disney princesses dream about when they swipe through Pinterest. Take, for example, the iconic Oscar de la Renta gowns she's worn to high-profile events. These are basically walking art installations. A single piece can set you back anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. But her wardrobe is only part of the story. Take a look at her jewelry. Ivanka's accessories are chef's kiss. Remember when she had her own fine jewelry line? The woman doesn't just wear diamonds, she knows how to sell them too. We're talking necklaces and bracelets that start at a humble $1,000 and climb into the tens of thousands. One particularly memorable moment? At her 2009 wedding to Jared Kushner, she wore a custom Vera Wang gown that reportedly cost around $50,000, accessorized with a diamond bracelet that could probably fund a small country's education system. Her daily jewelry choices often include understated yet insanely expensive studs, watches, and rings. Basically, Ivanka could casually walk into a gala and leave everyone wondering if Tiffany & Co. sponsored her life. And the shoes. Oh, the shoes. Her collection of Louboutins and Jimmy Choos could rival a luxury department store. To sum it up, Ivanka's fashion sense serves luxury. Whether she's attending a state dinner or walking down the street in Miami, she's always the best-dressed person in the room. And honestly, her closet is probably worth more than some small towns. And then there are her handbags. Ivanka doesn't do everyday totes. Her arm candy includes Hermes Birkin bags, starting at $10,000 $10,000 and climbing to six figures. Dior lady bags and Chanel quilted classics. Each one is not just a purse, it's an investment that could probably buy a small car. Exquisite jewelry collection. Ivanka has a dazzling jewelry collection that reflects her high society status. Before stepping into politics, she even ran her own fine jewelry brand. Her engagement ring alone is a stunning 5.22 carat diamond, a stunner from Jared Kushner that's estimated to be worth over $500,000. The massive diamond is set on a classic band and is the kind of ring that practically screams, "I've arrived." If this ring could talk, it'd probably have an attitude and its own entourage. She's also been seen wearing statement pieces like diamond chandelier earrings and gold cuffs, each worth tens of thousands of dollars. With diamonds this big, it's a wonder her earlobes don't file for workers' comp. Luxury cars. Ivanka is often chauffeured in sleek, high-end vehicles like the Cadillac Escalade, which starts at $80,000, and the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, priced around $110,000. 6 years after getting married, Trump posted a picture of herself and Kushner driving a Mercedes convertible in 2015. The German company's second post-World War II design was the iconic Mercedes 220 SE Ponton of the 1950s. It sells for about $250,000 these days. Art and decor. Ivanka and Jared's homes are filled with high-end art pieces from renowned artists like Alex Israel and Dan Colin. Their interiors feature custom furniture, luxurious textiles, and designer decor that reflect their sophisticated tastes, like Nate Lohman's Black Escalade bullet hole silkscreen, which Trump displays behind a piano in her apartment, is very identical to one that sold for $665,000 at Sotheby's, New York in 2013. When it comes to vacations, Ivanka Trump owns and stays in jaw-droppingly luxurious properties that redefine what it means to escape. These homes are straight-up architectural dreams where every corner whispers, "You could never afford me." There's her cottage, cottage, at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Picture this: rolling green hills, private golf courses, and a cozy retreat that's more luxurious than most five-star hotels. This is where Ivanka and her family unwind when they're not busy being ridiculously rich. A typical day probably involves sipping champagne on the veranda, while Jared argues with the caddy over whether his swing was perfect or just okay. Let's not forget her access to Mar-a-Lago, the family's infamous Palm Beach estate. Sure, it's technically her dad's property, but let's be real. It's essentially her vacation home too, sprawling across 20 acres. With a 100-room mansion as its centerpiece, Mar-a-Lago is a playground for the wealthy. From glitzy galas to poolside parties, this estate is where to go to flex. Imagine lounging by the pool while someone brings you an $18 smoothie made with organic unicorn tears. That's real life. But wait, there's more. Ivanka and her family are also known to jet off to exclusive vacation spots around the globe, often renting private villas that cost more per night than most people's annual rent. Think beachfront mansions in Saint-Tropez, ski lodges in Aspen, and Mediterranean getaways in Greece. You don't just go to the Maldives, you dominate the Maldives with a villa that has its own infinity pool and a personal butler named Jacques. What's even more fascinating is how these properties reflect her brand of luxury. They're not overly gaudy, but still scream wealth in that quiet but don't forget I'm rich kind of way. Each home is curated with impeccable taste, featuring state-of-the-art amenities, designer interiors, and enough square footage to host a concert. The Indian Creek Mansion, for instance, with its waterfront views, private beaches, and a dock for yachts. Because, of course, it does. Rumor has it, the property also includes a wine cellar, a home gym, and a spa. Basically, it's the kind of house where you could live for a decade and still discover new rooms. And let's not overlook how these vacation homes serve as the ultimate backdrop for those picture-perfect Instagram posts. So, while most of us are Googling cheap Airbnb options near the beach, Ivanka is casually sipping rosé on a private island. Her vacation homes are a norm to her lifestyle, grand, exclusive, and unapologetically luxurious.